This month, we're sharing testimonies from our listeners and some of our previous guests. Testimonies of God's direction, miraculous moments on set, examples of God taking what was offered and multiplying it in ways that were never imagined. Here's one of those testimonies.
This is the Faith and Family Filmmakers Podcast, helping filmmakers who share a Christian worldview stay in touch, informed, and inspired. Quiet on set. Rolling.
Hi, my name is Tyler Sansom. I am a film director and pastor in southern Indiana, really close to Louisville, Kentucky. And on my last film called ICAN, a lot of things happened where God definitely showed up. But after the movie came out in theaters is when we really got to see something that only God could have made happen. We released the movie nationwide theatrically, and we had a Pay It Forward campaign that would allow at-risk kids and orphans to see the movie for free nationwide. And so one of the teams of softball players that got to see the film that were at risk was a group from Nashville, Tennessee. They had a mom reach out to us and ask if they could have some of the Pay It Forward tickets. So we sent them their way. They went and watched the movie, and their coach, a guy named Zach, he recorded each player sharing what they learned from the film, and he sent it to us. It was one of the sweetest things ever. One of the players' name was Shelby, and her mom was actually the one that reached out to us. And one of her big takeaways is that God is always with us, even when bad things happen, even when things like death happen, God is with us. And unfortunately, about 2 weeks after the movie came out, Shelby's mom passed away unexpectedly. We had that clip to kind of look back on and see how even in bad situations, God is still there. For Shelby, though, that was a really hard thing to process as an 11-year-old girl. Her coach, Zach, decided that he was going to do something to help. And so he organized a softball tournament. And it was the first ever ICAN softball tournament in her honor. And about 35 teams from all over the country came to Nashville and played in the ICAN softball tournament. And a scholarship was founded in Shelby's name. So she not only got help to go to school, but other people will be able to do that ongoing. Now, the story gets crazy because a few months after that, Zach, the coach, who is one of the most Christ-like men that I ever got to meet, he had an unexpected fall at work off of a lift and passed away at a very young age. And he left behind his wife and 5 children, one of which was a newborn. So our team that made ICAN knew we wanted to do something. And that inspired us to create something called the ICAN Foundation, which actually is launching this upcoming January. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization that's designed to help kids all over the country and people all over the country that have had I can't moments. And part of that will include a scholarship named after Zach, the coach from Nashville, that inspired all of us. I only tell you this testimony for 2 reasons. One, God will do immeasurably more than we could ever imagine with our offerings to him, and that includes using our gifts in filmmaking. But 2, don't ever think that what you are making can't have an eternal kingdom impact beyond just someone seeing the film. When we made ICAN, I would have never imagined that we'd be starting a nonprofit organization that will far outlive the film. And I couldn't be more excited about what God is doing through that.
Thanks for listening to the Faith and Family Filmmakers Podcast. If you've been enjoying this podcast, take a moment to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast player so you don't miss an episode. And if you'd like to support the production of this podcast, you can leave a tip at faffpodcast.com/support. Bringing filmmakers together for faith and family.